Injury Center, of which you designed. Let's talk about just some of the recognition you've received over the years, but that are too numerous to mention in one video. VA Physician of the Year Award, Civil Servant of the Year Award, numerous Teacher of the Year Awards voted from your residents, many times voted Best Doctor in the Minneapolis-St. Paul magazine and the PBA Speedy Award, just to name a few. And now let's talk about your research and inventions that I had to Google your name to find out about. The stand-up wheelchair, multi-purpose arm and cycle, the Habit Can, again, just to name a few. There were also 21 research works with 86 citations that also popped up. Gary, you have positively affected the lives of hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of others. But the fact that I needed to Google you to find out about these work accomplishments, citations, and awards is testament to your character. 2 words: humble and unassuming. Yet, when you are asked about the vast and various fields that you are passionate about and have attained significant knowledge about, like ponds, sea-salt aquariums, irrigation systems, plants, flowers, etc., you light up and are at no loss for words. It's then a joy to hear the passion in your voice. But the Gary that I know and love is not the Dr. Gary. It's the Gary that is my brother-in-law, my brother, Gary. A family man, gardener, painter, captain of the Lou League, fixer of all things, room builder, spa builder, plumber, tiler, my hubby's best friend, electrician, hubby, Dad, Zadie, and Uncle Gary. It's the Hun Gary that I know and love. It's the Hun Gary who I enjoy just hanging out with, sharing Shabbat meals together with our families with. It's the Uncle Gary who takes all of the kids on Michigan Wave Runner rides, share a condo next door with, and have shared the countless good times and tough times with. And what is remarkable to me is that in all our years and all our time spent together, never ever once has there been a crossword or any tension between us. We both share, to the control issues a certain younger sister or a certain wife may have. Hun, you have the admiration and respect of your colleagues, your patients, your neighbors, your community, your friends, and your devoted and loving family. There is nothing more at this point than to wish you all the best on your 70th birthday. I will conclude with an Irish proverb. May all you wish for be the least that you receive. I love you. Mo.
Happy 70th. Oh my goodness. This is a long transition from when you were the new guy. And here you are, locked into 70 years. Wow. I love your accomplishments and everything you've done. Your career, your lawn, your ponds, craftsmanship. Hopefully you've now determined that life is good. And I want to tell you in a serious note that you're not my brother-in-law. You're my brother. So, happy birthday, hon. We love you.
Thanks, Tuss.
You're welcome.
Hi, Father. Happy birthday. I was just wanting to put together a list of some things that I wanted to remember you for. I'm very appreciative of all that I've been able to learn from you over the years about different swear words and yelling really loudly when I'm hitting my finger. But the ability to do things for yourself and learning how to take on new challenges, even if it's something that I'm terrified of, I feel like I have the ability from basics that I've learned from doing things around the house with you that help me to feel like it won't be so bad if I just try it. And so your determination and kind of commitment towards trying to care for others has always been something that I've found I value and I'm very acknowledge through the work that I do in my own career, that just the amount of things that you were able to do with your time at the VA has always been something that is really remarkable to me. And even though I don't want to touch management with a 10-foot pole, I think it's probably going to be in the cards in the future at some point. And I think a lot of what I learned from the work that you did are going to be things that I carry with me from that point. I always respect your desire to kind of give back to others, your kind of committedness to trying to make sure that things were done fairly and that people were taken care of through your work has always been really something that I aspire to. I feel like your influence in my work is heightened through what I saw within your kind of field as interdisciplinary involvement of team effort that I try and carry with me into my job. And the empathy that you provided for your patients is something that I try and give to the patients and families that I work with. In terms of specific memories that I have, I kept on thinking about the minivan down the hill and you screaming from the top of your balcony about how I had destroyed your grass in the backyard. That probably will never look the same. But also when I was, I think I was a freshman in high school, you told me that in order to buy a surround sound system for my bedroom, that I had to water ski around the entire lake and make an entire circle. And I think from sunup until the end of the day, we just kept on going and going and going. Didn't know that I was going to make it eventually, but we finally made a whole lap around. And when we went to the store, I just remember feeling very proud and accomplished that I was able to do something in determination, and for the patience that it must have taken you to watch me eat the dust on the water multiple times in a row. But yeah, I just wanted to wish you a happy 70th birthday, and yeah, it's been a wonderful privilege to be your son. Love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Gary. One of my favorite memories of Gary is, of course, when I had a wonderful conversation with him late at night, early on, after a very awkward introduction to the family, and we bonded over things like the significance of childhood friends and people that are in your lives for a long time, only to go upstairs and tell Aaron, wow, I finally really clicked with one of your family members, and we bonded and had a great conversation. And Aaron immediately goes, yeah, he was asleep. He's not going to remember any of that in the morning. And then I love that throughout time that became kind of a rite of passage for all of the in-laws. It happened to Sam and then Iggy, and now it's like it was a rite of passage. You had to have an ambient conversation in order to truly be a part of the family. One thing that I deeply appreciate about Gary is how he is another more introverted person. It's nice having someone to relate to being kind of uncomfortable in such a big, gregarious, awesome, wonderful, extroverted family, but still standing in a corner, appreciating being there, but still feeling kind of awkward and kind of like, wow, I can only handle so much of this. It's nice when we can have talks about that and have someone else who understands, because there aren't that many people who understand in the family. And then something I both respect and appreciate about Gary is his handiness and how much that has trickled down and helped in our household and with Aaron, because Aaron wants to be handy, but things don't always go so well. And it has saved us many hundreds of dollars having Gary's help when something that didn't get done quite right needs to be fixed. Or when Aaron needs a piece of advice and he always says, well, I gotta call my dad and ask him. And then the times where I disagree with Aaron and Aaron thinks it needs to be one way, I think it needs to be another way. And it's always nice having Gary who knows the correct way, whether it's my way or Aaron's way, so that we don't have to mess it up and redo things 2, 3, 4 times. So that is a skill that comes in handy, and he really is handy with everything. There isn't a job that we can come up with that Gary doesn't know at least something about, or have the tool for, or understand what the next step is, or at the very least know where to go and what to look up to do it right. And yeah, that's something that I really respect and think is a very cool trait.
Hi Dad, happy 70th birthday. give you a few thoughts I have about my relationship with you as I reflect on a long time of being raised by you, enough to, as you recently commented, be what you called a silver fox, so thank you for that. I think one of the first things that comes to mind is that I feel very able to handle so many different projects around the house, broken toys and other things that my kids think I'm just some sort of magician with what I can do, and I know you're the only reason I know how to do any of these things, and pushing me to help you with projects around the house, which was a huge memory I still have in childhood, and obviously push my kids to join me in all these projects, knowing that I had you to do that for me, and I really appreciated it, and now see the fruits of your hard labor of probably having me also hit your hand with a hammer and other fun things that my kids have done to me in the pursuit of getting them to be able to learn the skills you've taught me. You've been a great role model in just learning to overcome the academic challenges I think we both struggled with, and the pursuit of proving people wrong throughout childhood, of the fact that I'm not quite as stupid as people think, and neither are you, so congratulations. I'm very impressed with just how distinguished your career was. It's not too often, I think, that a kid gets to see their father in action, in terms of seeing you in the medical field, being very adjacent to you in the field, and getting to see just you at your prime of your career, and having residents whisper behind me that he's so effing smart when you answered questions in their lectures that have nothing to do with your field. I love still getting articles from you in my field that I wasn't even aware of. It's impressive how long you've decided to dedicate lifelong learning, even after you've quote-unquote given up your medical license, even though I don't quite believe it, hearing you ask me just recently what month you graduated in, so you can keep on pursuing your career, which I'm happy for you, and I'm proud of you to see just how much you are committed to being a doctor. And it's been a great opportunity to see that in you as I shape my own career and decide what kind of doctor I want to be. And it's been unbelievably invaluable every stage of the way through med school and residency, just having your advice and having the opportunity to talk to somebody who's been through something so similar with such wonderful, sage old advice that you give me for any problem I come across, down to literally like difficult patient encounters and workers' compensation. And I cannot believe the amount of overlap my life has had with yours. So I'm so fortunate to have had your advice and continuing to have it. Yeah, anyways, I love you, Dad, and wish you the happiest 70th birthday.
Happy birthday, father-in-law. I hope you have the best birthday, the best year, and many, many more. As your daughter-in-law, I feel very, very lucky to have you in my life and to be the grandparent or grandpa Zadie of my kids. And I feel really lucky. You're just a wonderful father-in-law. I have such great conversations with you. The fact that we can talk about Gaza and have a really great relationship after, and like really hard topics and a lot of heart to hearts is really, I don't think a lot of daughter-in-laws can have that kind of conversation with their father-in-laws. So I feel very, very lucky to be in a close relationship with you, and I just hope that you have the most wonderful day and enjoy your party, and just being a Zadie of so many wonderful grandchildren. And I am very excited to celebrate with you separately at the end of the summer. And yeah, I love you very much, and I hope you just have the best time.
Happy 70th birthday, Father. I love you so much, and I am so honored to call you my father. Whenever I get to share with people who my father is and what he's done, they are always so impressed. Everyone who meets you, at first they might think you're shy, but then they hear all about you and get to know you, and you soon become one of their favorite people. I am so impressed whenever you tell me about your upbringing and all the struggles you faced, just how far you've come. You are the smartest person I know, and I come to you with everything. You are my role model, and I'm so happy that I've learned from you to always try doing something myself. I feel lucky that I have a dad who knows how to change a light bulb and can do stuff around the house, and I'm proud to be able to do the same things. And if I don't know how to do something, I either call you and you help walk me through it, or I look it up and I learn to do it, and I know that I got that from you, and I'm very proud of that part of me. I also love that I can turn to you for help with artwork and with cases, even if my artwork side of me has caused some drama between us in the past. I think you know which one I'm talking about. But you nonetheless stood by my side and supported me. I love you, and I think the world of you, and I know that so does everyone else. When I get to, see you, or when I have seen you at work or with coworkers, and just hearing about the way they beam about you, it's really something special. Growing up, I never really realized how big of a deal you were. And as I got older and really started to grasp and understand how much you have done and achieved for the VA and the veterans, and all your inventions and everything, it's very very impressive, and you're so humble about everything that growing up I never even realized all the things that you've done, and now that I have an idea of it, it's amazing. In 70 years, you've accomplished way more than most have, and I hope that this year brings you nothing but joy and happiness. I love you, and I can't wait to celebrate you.
Happy birthday, Gary. You are 70 years old, which means you are exactly twice as old as Jamie and I think that's the only time in our lives that'll ever happen, which is kind of cool. It's truly been special for me to have a father-in-law who I feel like I can relate to so well. We have a lot of commonalities, obviously, with our VA experience, patient care, management, but also just your overall interest in medicine and helping others, as well as your general outlook on life being very science and fact-based, which is something I think I connected with you very quickly on. I really, really cherish our one-on-ones. I'm obviously not the first or last person to mention how much we love having conversations with you. You're kind of known for that. But I think it's because it's always a combination of me getting to pick your brain, which has oodles of knowledge, but also you being really present in the moment and listening to what I have to say. It's not common for a leader who is actually a really, really good listener and compassionate. You're not thinking about the next thing to say. You're really present in the moment, listening and trying to empathize. And I learned a lot about general leadership from you. I still remember you mentioning how important transparency was, really listening and ultimately doing what you think is right. And that's something I've implemented, not just initially I did in the VA, but it's something that I've taken with me through everyday life. I also really respect your humility about all of your achievements. You've obviously done a lot, but everything you've done was because you love helping people and making a difference, not for power or status or recognition or admiration. And the irony is that I think that's what makes you even more admirable. You've also taught me a lot about mulching and weed control, and general landscaping and spasticity treatment and sweat equity, which I still think that swequity is a better term, and there's still time for you to adopt that. I also learned how to ride a pontoon and park it perfectly, And I learned that I'm also important enough to convince somebody to buy a whole pontoon. One of the most important things I think that I've adopted from you is generally problem solving. For you, every conflict is just an opportunity to research and analyze and use your creativity to implement the most realistic, but the best realistic outcome possible. And it's such a positive outlook on life, and I think that's something I've really taken in stride. I couldn't be more proud to be your son-in-law. Thank you for all the memories and teaching moments, and looking forward to a hell of a lot more. Happy 70th.
Happy birthday.
It's almost over. You have to pee really bad. It'll be done in 3 minutes.
I gotta go. Pause.
You can pause it.
How do I pause it? Oy, my bladder. Stop filming me. I gotta go.